Welcome back to Settlement Survival on Extreme Difficulty. For those of you joining in for the first time, I am APH. And first things first, this playthrough is not for everybody. It's going to be a little bit slow as it is my first playthrough, and we are in Extreme, and we've had some requests that people want to see how difficult it actually is, so it's going to be a little less edited than what I normally do. So just know that going into this. Next thing, to catch you up, it was, I think, year 8 when we ended, and it's currently year 10. And the only thing that we did between episodes was we got a few houses and we got our actual forestry farm down. And that brings us to where we're at. And currently we're really low on our beverage. So getting started, we are going to get our distillery. I'm thinking like right there. And from there, we've got a development point. And I think we get herbalist knowledge so that we try to get the herbalist seed while collecting herbs. I think that's going to be pretty important going forward. And then we'll go ahead and plant. Let's stop the forestry because I don't think it's needed anymore. Let's stop the clay gather as I don't think that's needed anymore. And let's demolish that and demolish that because I really don't think that we're going to use them in a while. And what that will hopefully do is allow us to place a nursery here. And then we're going to send out all of our unemployed people to gather as much herbs as we can in hopes that we get a seed. So we're just going to create a few random patches around. Yeah, that area looks really good. And what about this area? Oh, nothing really. Well, maybe over here. Yeah, we'll do this. I wonder if that is reeds because it's on the shore. No, we'll wait on that area because we want to try to get some seeds. And so we'll build the distillery, then we'll build the nursery. From there, I think we go for houses. Yeah, see, I said we'll go for houses, and immediately somebody's like, I want a house. That's the way it is, you know? Oh, Eli became a laborer. That's pretty good. We'll go for 4 houses. I think that will be a good start. And from there, we're probably going to move over here, and we're going to start evicting people from tents and moving them into real houses, which will be super amazing. And in the long run, it may seem like an inconvenience for them, but it's a really good thing moving into a house instead of a tent. So we're going to have to convince them that it's super amazing. All right. Clay, yeah, we're probably going to need it at some point in time. Oh, hey, James just became a laborer. So we've got 2 people who want a house. So that's a thing, and we're going to need wood for it. And right now we are, for the first time ever, we are producing our domestic fuel out of wood almost solely. And I want to keep it that way so our houses don't smell like animal dung anymore. Because I can only imagine it's not very happy living in a situation like that. All right. They're collecting the herbs, but we are not seeing anything. Thankfully, medicine's holding steady. So I'm just going to hold my breath that we get something good here. Because if we don't get herbs relatively quick, we're going to be in a very, very rough shape. Now, for this area down here, it seems like it's very productive. I mean, we're only halfway through harvesting and we're already 271. So let's get another one right here. And what I'm thinking is we'll try out a 13 by 13 and see how that does. And so we'll let this kind of just grow a little bit over time. So yeah, we'll go something like that. What do we have here? Out of fuel and 2 people want houses. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. Oh, looks like they've collected a lot of the herbs in here. We do have 3 injured people. So taking a look, our blacksmith has a ankle sprain. That's a bummer. Our cleric has an ankle sprain. What? And yeah, it looks like somebody got healed, which is pretty good. Maybe we need a second actual clinic. The thing looks like a chapel to me a little bit. So I keep looking at it thinking it's a chapel, but it's actually a clinic, which I guess would make sense because back in this era, a lot of chapels would have been clinics as well. Now, we're coming up on month 7, so we're going to wait a little bit longer on taking our people off of gathering before we gather probably the wood in this area for the actual winter. Oh, our happiness just went down. That's a bummer. I think it's because the spirits went out. So what does that do to us? Work efficiency minus 20. Oh, man. That's painful. That is massively painful. So we got to get this going like yesterday. And what we're going to do from there, let's cancel this until next year. And then we're going to cancel probably this until next year. And let's do maybe these until next year. We'll let them get this. And then what we'll do is we'll gather everything in here. That will allow us to get a little bit of wood for the winter so we can keep our fuel up. That seems like it's a pretty good, solid idea. Could pause our repair shop for a moment just to utilize that person, but it looks like he's already out gathering. Oh yeah, look at that. He's like heading over to get whatever that is over there. Oh, picked up some peas. That's pretty cool. Yum yum. I do enjoy some good peas. We are fall and we're harvest. I think food's in really good shape. I think with 4 farms plus the 2 alpaca ranches, I think we're in good shape for food. We just need some better variety now, as well as I know there's some things that we could get from gathering that we can't get. Ooh, our spirits is ready. We've got to go with agave tequila. So let's go ahead and start producing that. We'll set the limit kind of low, like maybe 20. And I think we're ready to bump up our tailor and maybe our blacksmith a little bit, so we get a little bit of a buffer there. I'm really liking where we're kind of going here. So we're coming up on winter. They're starting to get the trees, so they're going to keep everything kind of moving. That should get the nursery down. Perhaps we pick up an actual person in the sand mine just to pick up a little bit more clay to get this built. Or what we could do is we could unemploy this one, let them build this, and then kind of go from there. That might be the route that we go, because I know that this is going to be more productive. And when we get this size, I think we're going to start upgrading with the tools, because the hoe goes a long way. And I was hoping we'd grab another seed this year, but no luck yet. All right, for the development point, let's go with education. Yeah, let's get the school expansion because it increases the amount of kids we have, as well as it increases the development points. And I think we're at that point where we're ready for the school, as we're coming up on 30 adults. I think that's the way to go. They haven't built these houses yet, but that's okay. It has to do with the fact that we're out of wood. And we could maybe do something to get that, but I think we're just going to hold out for a moment. Yeah, it looks like this one's getting going. That's actually pretty amazing, because that will give at least 1 or 2 of our adults that are wanting a new house a place to live. And then we'll kind of go from there. I don't know that we need to do too much population control going forward, but it might be a thing. Let's gather, I don't know, let's gather like this area next, since this area is looking like it's pretty well done. We'll just let them kind of keep doing it, and we're going to watch, because if we have cold citizens, we're going to have to send them home. They don't seem like they're too smart. They're like, I'm going to go out to the middle of nowhere and freeze to death, and I don't like that. Speaking of freezing to death, since we did have somebody freeze to death, it was a sad time. Let's get our cemetery right here planned out, just in case I turn my head again and miss that. So I'm hoping I don't. Like that's probably, I know it was like one person, and it was like somebody who was 65 years old, but at the same time, it's still a laborer, and that's still a life. So we got to try to preserve it, and then we got to give them hope for when bad things do happen, because hey, bad things do happen. They're getting ready to build the nursery. That's actually super amazing. So I'm not sure if the seed for the actual herbs is gated behind that, but if it is, getting this built will at least mean that we could get it. And hopefully in year 12 we see the seed, or any seed. I'd be happy with any seed, but I'd really like the herb seed, as we're down to 44. So I'm a little concerned that we're going to run out of herbs and our actual health is going to drop. Thankfully, our happiness did go back up. We might try to get the upgrade for the church to kind of get that going a little higher before we go for something like soap. I know soap is kind of easy, seeing as how we have animals, and we can turn our pack of meat into slabs of meat plus fat, which we'd be able to turn the fat into soap. That'd be a 2-part production, and we'd lose 2 people, and I don't know that we're ready for that yet. So maybe in the next episode, we'll try to get soap going. Our tailor is maxed out. Let's go ahead and bump him up to 100. We'll try to keep that progression. All right. We've got that next section done. Let's go ahead and gather. Let's gather all of this right here, kind of going forward until we get into the spring, and then we're going to send out our crew to get more stuff. And thankfully, we've got a few laborers now. Let's pause the nursery since we can't do anything, and that gives us another temporary worker. Oh man, above freezing in February, that's pretty unheard of where I'm at. We had for the first time last night of the season that we passed below 0. So we had frost last night, so it's getting pretty cold here now. We're probably about a month away from when we have snow all the time, but that's okay. Let's see if we can find a good patch. Yeah, that looks nice and good with how much plants are in there. So we're going to get that and hopefully find something very tasty. I wonder if we can get corn from gathering or if we have to trade for it. I was wondering if we had a point, but we don't. I think we're ready for the school. So even though we're not quite built up yet, let's go ahead and plot it out. We'll do something, maybe not a road down, but just something very simple where we do a school right here. Maybe we'll turn it that way because we're going to place the town hall right here in the future. So I already know we're doing that, but I'm not ready for it as we don't have a whole lot of iron and we don't have a lot of stone. So I want to get that first. I just saw like a whole slew of people going out into the middle of nowhere. That makes me pretty happy. And what are we missing here? We should have the clay, so I don't know why they haven't built this yet. Maybe what we do is unassemble this. Let our builder kind of do the thing where he unassembles and uses that clay to build this. Maybe that's the way we go. What are we missing? We're missing mostly timber, which is kind of a bummer because I did take this one off in hopes that we'd get timber. And I also did it so that maybe we'd get a seed, and we're shooting O for O here, which is a huge bummer. All right, I'm seeing the white dots or the yellow dots disappear, but I'm not seeing them actually get anything impressive. That's a little bit scary to me. Maybe we should adjust this road as well. I do want this 8x8 design everywhere. And let's go ahead and remove up to there, and then we'll kind of create our road system. We should probably do the same over here where we block in this section and maybe start building up. Yeah, we'll start building up. In the next episode, I'd like to be in a spot where we can start a major expansion, but I'm not sure if we're quite there yet, as we are at 33 people and we do have some houses planned. So I mean, what do we have? We have 4 people that want to move out and start their family. So we've got to get that going. All right, guys, we've got to make a change of plans here. Let's pause and pause and pause so that, oh, hey, they just removed that. That should give us a lot of clay. Taking a look, we have no clay yet. So that's a little confusing because we have the recycling perk. But I just saw that this lit up, which means they're bringing something over. Yeah, look, we just got 87, 80, 97 clay. I think we're good to pause the sand pit. It gives us another temporary worker, and we'll go ahead and gather probably everything in here. Just to get a bunch of trees. We'll probably get this stone, maybe this iron shortly after. It seems like a super legit idea. I'm wondering if these are herbs, but I also saw some flowers somewhere. Yeah, we've got some flowers. Those might be the herbs that they're looking at. We might start prioritizing just those just to see if that's the case. And if that is, we might just go around highlighting just herbs, trying to get that seed. It's a little micromanagey, but we got to do what we got to do to survive. So it's kind of like telling the people, go out into the woods and don't gather everything, just gather herbs. And that seems like a thing that a society would do to survive. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll be like, you collect these and those and those. Maybe that's the kind of the route we'll do. Now, there is some things that I kind of am looking at where I'm like, what is that? And some things that I obviously get, like the mushrooms are pretty easy, and these bulbs look like ions. And I know ions can only be gotten through gathering, which is a bummer because I like iron in my food. And I didn't see garlic in there. Man, garlic would be really good. And garlic would have been something that they would have found out actually gathering like this. So for it not to be included, but this is early access, I guess. So maybe in the future we'll get it. Oh, look at this. We're about to finish. It'll be super amazing for our wood situation as we are just hurting. We do have a little bit of actual fuel, and that's probably going to save us going into the winter. But let's go ahead and unpause this house, and we'll unpause this one as we kind of finish that. That'll be pretty good. Got a lot of cold people, and that's going to be a thing. But we have to do what we got to do to survive. And yeah, they're starting to build. That's really amazing. Maybe we pick up another builder. Maybe that would help out a little bit. We've got 8 temporary workers. I think that's pretty solid. And I don't think we've picked up any seeds. And since we haven't picked up any, I guess we could get agave going so that we have a stable supply of it. So we'll drop a standard field right here, and we'll go ahead and set it up for just agave tequila until we find something else. And let's switch this over to our trees, and we only need 2 people is what I'm thinking. So let's just kind of go that route. Brings us down to 4 labors. I think that's pretty good. We're almost out of medicine. Ugh. I'm getting a little scared here. So we're gonna have to absolutely try something to survive. Let's see. We've got a big chunk over here. Maybe in the spring we send people over there. Yeah, everybody's out like gathering odds and ends. And so just kind of that last ditch effort to try to live. It's gonna be a bummer if I die to the fact that I couldn't find herbs, so we died of, I guess, attrition for health reasons. Because so far, you know, it seems like we're actually doing okay, other than the fact that we haven't done a school yet and we haven't done, like, a research. Maybe after the houses, maybe down here we do a school. Since we're over our 30 people that we kind of were shooting for. Now, I was hoping we'd start the episode with 30, but it was a little bit slower. Alright, so what do we have? We have Francis and Eli, a happy couple there. And over here, oh man, they immediately moved in, and immediately, Isabel and Patrick immediately had a child. Good for them. That's the way to do it. Fuel's low, but that's to be expected. And we're getting our next house going. What do we have? We have 3 more that want houses. So we're going to get a kind of a boom here. But that's okay. We probably need a boom. Alright, so we've got James and Anita. Congratulations, guys. You just became our next our next family. And yeah, we're coming up on month 1, year 12. Let's let it go a little bit further before we start gathering. Maybe I will go around and kind of just cherry pick, as we call it, some things. Not that I can see very well in the actual winter. Maybe I won't. That's actually really hard to see all the different things. Maybe this. That looks like reeds. Not seeing anything over here. And I don't know that I want to mount that far. That looks like reeds. That looks like ions. Maybe that. That might be oats. And looks like we're coming up on February. So last year, February, we had an early spring. And it looks like we might have an early spring this year too. That's pretty amazing. Maybe gather these right here. Yeah, let's gather those. See if there's something random. And these look, maybe these look good. And those, oh, look at all these flowers. Let's gather those. If I was thinking of an herb, I would think of those. Yeah, let's grab those. This area looks like it's got a few. Let's continue to grab those. And we'll grab those. This is probably actually, you guys are probably like, this guy is nuts, but if we run out of herbs, we're pretty much toast. So, gotta do what we gotta do. Yeah, let's grab these right here. And then from there, our trees are low, but hey, this is starting to plant. That's super amazing. We're in good shape for, oh, we've got somebody that wants a workplace. What? Profession forester. I don't think we have a forester anymore. I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe reenact the sandpit and see if he'll move in there, see if that kind of works. That puts me only at a few temporary workers, and I'm not sure we want to get too much lower than that. Let's get these ones that looks like some flowers, and we'll gather those ones. Looks like our medicine is holding, which means we're probably getting them by going around and kind of picking out like this, but at the same time, we're not really getting any seeds. Maybe up here, we'll grab those and those. Yeah, I think that's what we've got to do. We need to probably unpause this house so that it can get built. And then we're going to have to find some more wood as we go forward. So maybe after they're done picking all that stuff, maybe we'll come back and gather like all of this. We'll go up to that iron. I think that would be a good idea. And that should give this a chance. And then from here, since we've got clay going again, let's go ahead and plan out our next forest farm. That seems pretty legit going forward. So let's try to get this where it belongs. We'll do a 13 by 13 right there. We'll do 2 more down here in the future, but we're going to let those actually do their thing. Tools is in a little bit of rough shape. I'd like to see them higher than 50 so that we can get our upgrade. Maybe it's set too low. It's set for 60. Let's move it to 100. And then when wood becomes a little bit better, that should take care of itself. This is amazing. They're out grabbing like random things. And sure enough, medicine does look like it's at least holding. So I've got faith that we're making the right decision by grabbing things like that. At least until we find the herbs. I'm a little worried. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's like coming up on 100 degrees in June. And that's pretty warm. I like it warm, but I don't like it that hot. And I guess part of it is if it's humid, it's really bad. If it's not humid, it's not really bad, I guess you could say. Just kind of how I kind of feel about things. I don't know what you guys like. I saw a tree drop over here, but I don't see any people. That was really weird. Maybe trees randomly drop, which would make a little bit of sense. Let's grab this plant right here. That looks like a flower. And that looks like a flower. Let's grab them. We'll grab those. I know that was a mushroom as well, but that's okay. We'll grab those. Let's grab those and maybe like that pack right there. I'm hoping by like if our chance for getting a seed is the same every time we pick our herb, maybe by picking less variety by trying to get just the herbs, maybe we kind of will try to stack the deck is what I'm hoping for. Let's gather these and these and these and these. Yes, please. We've got a huge amount of food. I'm really happy with that. We probably don't need any more food going forward until we get to a situation and where we're expanding our population, which I mean, we just had a boom. So that might happen. They're starting to get the wood. That's good. And I did tell them to gather everything. So that should enable them to pick up whatever plants are there as well. Yeah, if I had to guess, is that this is the tequila agave, but I could be wrong there. I don't think tequila is a flower, but I'm not really that sure. Let's highlight that one. Oh, it disappeared on me. That was really weird. Let's try this again. Maybe the person came over and like grabbed it right away. Let's see what they picked up. Yeah. Oh, so that might be agave. Let's check her. I might be wrong. Oh, so, okay. So that is the blue is the herb. That is a for sure thing. So this right here is the agave, the little bush thing. Let's prioritize this right here. And it looks like we haven't gathered this. And so we'll take a look when somebody comes to get this. We'll take a look at what this is. Because my guess is that this is probably some sort of root. So yeah, let's take a look. So that's beans, so we don't need those. So we already have the peas in the pod, so we don't have to worry about that. And we'll just verify this again. Yeah, sure enough, those are herbs. All right, so we're gonna by all means we're gonna go around just kind of prioritizing those up, trying to get our herbs. We're in okay shape right now. We just want to stay in okay shape, as well as we really want to gather that. We have another house that's going. That's super amazing, and we're almost ready for our next forest farm, which is also super amazing. I gotta say, I'm really happy with the way our civilization's going. Other than the fact that our medicine is in kind of bad shape. Water's getting a little low. From here, let's get our big well going. And what I was seeing is I believe that as long as they can access it. Oh, a new seed crop. Oh, come on, come on, come on. And we got oats. That's a fail. I got all excited there. I was hoping that we got it. Let's put... Instead of beans on this one, let's get our oats. That way we get a little bit better variety. Oh, I'm a little bummed. I was really excited that we might have our next actual, our herbs. So we're probably going to be working on that in the next episode. We are coming up on year 12, or we're coming up on year 13. I think this is a good spot to call this episode, and then we'll probably pick up somewhere around year 15. And kind of the plan for between episodes is we're just about to get that development point. So we're going to pick up in the education, we're going to pick up the research institution. And I think we're going to place a couple here just to try to get our development points going a little quicker. And we're going to build our school and our other forest, and then we're going to try to build up here. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you in the next episode. And hopefully by the next episode, we have enough people that everything's moving a little bit smoother. Thank you guys. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you in the next episode.